Good morning. I'm Dr. Mark Andrew Holochek. I would like to welcome you to another episode of Eye on Ukraine, a show that I created that aims to give you a glimpse into the history and culture of Ukraine and Ukrainians. Today, I want to talk to you about a certain episode that occurred in 2014 after Russia moved into Crimea and started involving itself in the Donbass and in Donetsk and Luhansk. On July 17, 2014, and during the chaos of Russia's hybrid war with Ukraine in the Donbass, a Malaysian Airlines plane flight MH17 was shot down by Russia with a surface-to-air missile. The plane was en route from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur and was traveling over eastern Ukraine. All the 298 travelers, 193 alone from the Netherlands, were killed. 15 members of the crew and 283 passengers. What was left of the aircraft fell to the ground. I want to next show you a picture of the flight path to give you an idea of its destination. See from its travel route from Amsterdam, it was shot down near Kharkov in Donetsk, near the border of Luhansk, and all the passengers were killed. All right. Now, the Russian Federation, of course, they denied any involvement with the affair, and it came up with several possible explanations of the debacle. Consistency, of course, was not a desideratum to exonerate itself and to blame Ukraine. At first, it claimed that the Malaysian plane was shot down by a Ukrainian MiG-29, a fighter jet. For years, it showed special reports, garnered key eyewitness reports, televised indisputable radar evidence, and crafted video simulations of how the Ukrainian fighter jet shot down the Malaysian plane. Yet, when forced to consider incriminating evidence of involvement of a Buk missile, Russia abandoned its fighter jet theory, notwithstanding all of the incontrovertible evidence for it, and agreed that the plane was felled by a Buk missile. But yet it asserted that it was a Ukrainian Buk missile. The Kremlin even located 3 possible fields from which the missile was fired, though no satellite imagery publicly accessible at the time showed any military equipment. The evidence of Russian involvement, pieces of a Buk missile discovered in parts of the airplane and in passengers' bodies, statements of eyewitnesses, phone calls intercepted, photos and videos on the screen, and videos of a Buk transport system traveling into Ukraine prior to the incident, thereafter being removed into Russia, has been damning. The evidence over time has been overwhelming to show that Russia shot down the plane. Now, in response to international outcry, Maria Zakharova of Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs complained of international biases. She said, Mr. Westerbeck, he's the head of the criminal investigation into the flight MH17. Mr. Westerbeck's interview has shown that contributions from Ukraine and the United States, as well as information from online sources, are considered to be highly valuable, whereas any assistance provided by Russia has been deliberately downplayed, including the secret data we declassified for this purpose, information about an unprecedented experiment held by the Almaz-Ante concern, and the original data from our radar, all of which is objective, should be our objective, and accurate information that could really help the investigation. In other words, slanted Russian information to show that Russia was not involved. It was incredibly Ukraine that shot down the plane. Anyways, Zakharova's response is dismissive, laughably so. When Russia's first theory was shown to be impossible, it adopted an inconsistent theory, yet one again that exculpated it and inculpated Ukraine. But the Kremlin once again got caught with a smoking gun in its hand. I hope you enjoyed this brief snippet, this brief vignette on the history of Ukraine. And I will do many others in the future, just like this. So till then, I say TTFN and Slava Ukraini.